Chris is now in the second year. They got a couple of freshmen playing, but you can see the carryover from most of the guys are back, and they know what they're doing, and they got great play calls with counters to everything. And that's going to be a challenge for us. Jershon Cobb is really an excellent player to have coming off your bench with a lot of experience, and they just have really become a very good team. Really smart, pass the ball extremely well, and playing a really good containing defense that people have trouble scoring on. So it's going to be a great challenge for us, and we're going to have to play well. And we got to play well from the beginning, and not plan on trying to come back in games against everybody we seem to play at home.
Jake, why don't you start us off?
Coach, in the last 2 games, Northwestern's come pretty close to a couple of big wins. From what you've seen, I don't know if you've seen those, is it something a result of youth like you've got so far?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think they've played really good teams. And I say that, I mean, they did win it. They won at Rutgers, but I mean, that Michigan State game is just a tremendous game. I mean, we struggle to score 40 points in a game, let alone 40 points and a half when we're up in Ann Arbor, or when we're up in East Tennessee. So, I mean, they're starting to come together. You can see it a little bit. With each game, they're getting better. I mean, this freshman guard, Brian McIntosh, has really had a great year. He's running the team. Let Steps play more off the ball. And they still got Sobolewski coming in and giving him 10 quality minutes as a backup, and he was a 2-year starter. So they got a lot of key points. A little young, probably, to win. Who knows? Maybe they could win a Big Ten championship, but a little young in some sense. But I don't see that bothering them in late games. They're in games; they can win them.
So you've had your teams in the past have had good passers in every position. Is that something that's still a work in progress?
Yeah, really is a work in progress. That we do not. We're still struggling to get the right guy. First, you got to get a guy open, then you got to get the right passer delivering it to him. So that's been an issue. You look at our assist numbers, and they're dreadful. So this is something we're working on. I'm working with 2 of them right now. As soon as this press conference, just low impact, just how to catch the ball with balance, fake a pass, make a pass. Just simple stuff that, it took you, a couple days with Nick Stauskas to do, and he just could do it because he saw it that way. Others, it takes longer time.
Swing over to Kyle.
Message to the team, maybe some of the talking points that you brought out of that loss to Ohio State.
Oh, I would think there's just games we just don't have it. I mean, there's games where you say, all right, that's one of the, and we've had them. Our best teams have had games just like that. And so you just, okay, you put it away, you learn from it, you watch the video, and you try and grow from it. And that was basically the message. Now you can't have a lot of those, but it's just, when it happens like that, we just had a real poor performance.
Over here with John.
Yeah, kind of just to follow that, I heard you saying it was the kind of game that happens during the season, but were there any specific, this can't happen again, kind of points that...
Well, you know what? We showed them 24 clips of things that we can control, in transition defense. When the man's running back, if he stops at the foul line to play defense, the guys can get behind him. It's a bad angle. He goes to the circle and plays defense. That's a great example of 3 or 4 baskets that we could have been, that would not have been easy for them. There's just a whole bunch of stuff on, reading the screen. When we were taking the ball out of bounds, we did a couple of things I'd never seen before. It was just like, we have never, just guys just did not, these are things we can control. So does it help us win the game? The way they played, probably not, but it keeps us in the game. So that was the other message. And so, for whatever reason, it was like we got up from, sometimes you come up from a nap or something, and you're just not together. We just weren't together. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, we just didn't have a whole lot of juice to us.
John, it seems to have been a year-long thing about rebounding and shooting. I mean, are those correctable things? Is this going to be something that's going to plague this team?
No, I think both rebounding and shooting is going to take time with everybody. Our bodies have to develop. Our shooting, taking good shots takes some time. And then, shooting. We measure it every day, the shooting. We got some guys that can really shoot it. except when they're moving. And now you got to teach them how to shoot on the move. I mean, you got a lot of step-in threes. You see them in the NBA. They can shoot three, but put them being chased off a screen, they can't shoot it in. So these are things we have, and obviously if you're going to play some of our guys, you're going to make a move because they can hit step-in threes. So there's a lot of moving parts right now that our coaching staff is working at. We love it, but it's not going to happen overnight. We're not going to become a monster defensive team and a monster shooting team just because of their attitude.